right? 167. Next, MLH is equal to 10.05 into CLH. So 10.05 into MLH value is 1.31, 1.333. You please calculate and tell me what is IE value, MIE.
Sir, MI is 12.5625, sir.
12.56
56.
kilonewton meter. MFJ
21.22.
22 kilonewton meter. Very good. Next, MJF
25.68.
25.68 kilonewton meter. MGK
22.833.
and MKG
26.49.
and this is I think 11.73, right?
658, sir. 65. 1.6.
11.65.
65, sir. Yes.
No, sir. No, sir. Your correct answer is sir.
I think 11.73.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lokesh, you please check once. I think it would be 11.73.
No, sir, 11.65 only.
10.05 into 1.167.
Yes, sir. It's 11.72.
Okay.
7.
MLH 10.05 into 1.333. I think it would be 13.40. Is it right? 13.40. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the column moments. Like this, you have to calculate column moments. Next, in another step, we have to calculate next step 6, last step, step 6. In this, we have to calculate calculation of beam moments. Calculation of beam moments. Okay. So as I explained, stepwise procedure. So first we have to here calculate the constant. Okay. Constant B. So what is constant B? Anybody? Sum of constant B is equal to sum of column moments at that joint, column moments at that joint divided by sum of gutter moment factors, sum of gutter moment factors at that joint. Okay. So here gutter moment factor we will represent with capital G, right? So just now you calculated the column moments. Okay. So you have to consider joint wise and you have to find this. So first, uh, what is our? I will copy this figure to here. I will copy this one. One second, I'll copy the figure. Yes, so this is the figure. Now here sum of column moments, okay. So sum of column moments at that joint divided by sum of Gudder moment factors at that joint. See here, okay. So if you consider joint A, if you consider this joint A, right? So consider joint A. Now at joint A, what are the columns that are there? AE column is there. AE column is there. So sum of column moment factor of that column. Okay. So Gudder, here sum of Gudder moment factor. So here column moment, here moment factor. So Gudder is AB Gudder is there. AB Gudder moment factor you have already in the table. Okay. AB Gudder moment factor. See here in the table, what is AB Gudder moment factor? This is the AB Gudder moment factor. So you have to copy that and you have to write here. Okay. So here, okay, joint consider. So at joint, consider joint A. So there you will get a constant. So joint A na small BA is equal to sum of column moments at that joint. So what are the column is there? That is AE. So what is AE column moment? You calculated 2.751. Okay. See here 2.751. Okay. So 2.751 divided by, okay. So Gudder, sum of Gudder moment factor. So just now I have shown what is this Gudder moment factor of that, that is, or else you can write here, before this you can write here like this. Okay. So if you wanted to have this, so here MAE divided by Gudder moment factor capital G. Okay, small g is Gudder factor, capital G is the Gudder moment factor. So AB. So here this is 2.751 divided by 0.952. Okay, so you'll get I think 2.889, right? So similarly consider joint B. So here BB you will get. Okay. So coming to joint B, two Gudders are there, one column is there. What is column moment? So here MBF divided by two Gudders are there. So Gudder factors GBA plus GBC. GBA plus GBC. So this is 5.5 5.952 5.952 divided by 0.904. See here GBA. What is GBA value? GBA. BA Gaddar factor. So this is, what is this value? 0.905. 0.905, right? So 0.905. Here, okay, 905 plus 1.191, you will get some value. Similarly, consider a joint C. Okay, so here you will get BC. So MCG column is there. MCG moment divided by CGCB plus GCD. So 6.576 divided by 1.095 plus 1.288. Similarly, joint D. Okay, so there you will get BD. So MDH divided by GDC. Okay, so here 3.399 divided by 1.244. Similarly, joint E, BE is equal to MEA plus MEI divided by GEF. Okay, so here you will get 2.499 plus 10.05 divided by 1.444. Next, joint F, consider joint F. Okay, so here you will get BF is equal to MFB plus MFJ divided by GFE plus GFG. So here 5.478 plus 21.22 divided by 1.388 plus 1.878. You'll get some value. Please calculate these values. Next, joint G. Consider joint G. Here you'll get BG. So MGC plus MGK divided by GGF plus GGH. You get 6.15 plus 22.83 divided by 1.758. 1.758 plus 2.12. Joint H. Here you will get BH value. BH is equal to MHD plus MHL divided by GHG. Okay, so 3.201 plus 11.73 divided by 2.06. So like that, we have to calculate the B constant values. Okay, constant values you have to calculate. You please tell me what is these values. joint BB value. What is BB value? Anybody of you?
2.839, sir.
Amma?
2.839.
Can I write 2.84?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2.84. BC?
2.7595, sir.
2.759, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next.
2.73, sir.
2.73. 732?
Yes, sir. 73.
Yeah. B
8.69.
69. Next. BG
7.47, sir.
7.473. Next.
7.248, sir.
7.248. So like that, we have to calculate capital B value. So after that, we have to finally calculate the beam moments. Okay. So beam moments is equal to, this is equal to capital B into Gudder moment factor. Gudder moment factor. So I wanted to calculate a MAB value. So MAB value you wanted to calculate. So then so here first BA, constant value BA into Gudder moment factor of that GAB. Okay, that is 2.889 into 0.952. Okay. Similarly, I wanted to calculate MBA. So BB into GBA. Okay. So this is 2.841 into 0.905. I wanted to calculate MBC. MBC is equal to same BB into GBC. So 2.841 into 1.191. Similarly, I want to calculate MCB. MCB is equal to BC into GCB. Okay. So 2.759 into 1.095. Similarly, I want to calculate MCD. CB, next MCD I want to calculate. So BC into GCD. So BC is 2.759 into 1.288. MDC is equal to, Haripriya? Haripriya, you wanted to tell something? MDC is equal to BD into GDC. So BD is 2.732 into 1.244. 244. M EF is equal to BE into GEF. So that is 8.690 into 1.444. Next, M FE is equal to BF into GFE. So that is 8.174 into 1.388. Similarly, MFG is equal to BF into GFG. Okay, 8.174 into 1.878. Similarly, MGF is equal to BG into GGF, 7.473 into 1.758. MGH is equal to BG into GGH. So 7.473 into 2.12. So finally, final cutter is MHG is equal to BH into GHG to 7.248 into 2.06. 2.06. Okay. So these are the values we need to calculate. So what is this value? Please calculate and tell me.
Sir, 2.7503, sir.
2.750 kilonewton meter. Next value
2.571, sir.
2.571 kilonewton meter.
3.3836, sir.
0.383 kilonewton meter.
3.0211, sir.
3.021 kilonewton meter.
3.5535, sir.
3.553 kilonewton meter. Please respond, others also. Only Rajita is telling answers. What about remaining? I am noting down everything. Others are not having calculators, or you don't know how to do the multiplications, or because of lazy. Always I'm hearing the answers from Lokesh and Rajita. What about others?
Sir, 3.398.
Rashmita, okay, 3.398
398.
kilonewton meter. Another one,
12.
12.548.
Soumya,
12.548.
12.548 kilonewton meter.
11.345.
11.345 kilonewton meter. Right.
15.35.
Anil, 15.350 kilonewton meter.
13.137.
Sai Kiran,
13.137.
13.137 kilonewton meter, right?
15.842, sir.
15.842 kilonewton meter.
14.930, sir.
Sai Siddhartha,
14.930.
14.93 kilonewton meter. So like this, we have to calculate the column moments and beam moments. Once if you obtain the column moments and beam moments, okay, you can find, you know how to find the shear in beams, shear in columns, and what is the axial force that is there in the column. Okay. So mainly our intention is to know what is the bending moment that is there in the beam because of the lateral load, and what is the bending moment that is there in the column because of the lateral load we wanted to know. So once if you know these values, you can easily find the axial force that is there in the columns, and you can easily know what is the shear in columns and what is the shear in beams. Using any method, you have formulas, huh? What is the shear in beam? What is shear in beam? We have the formula that is 2 into moment that is there in the beam divided by L, length of that beam. You will easily calculate the shear in the beam. Okay. So you know what is shear in beam formula? We already know 2 times moment in that beam divided by length of that beam. So you can calculate the what is the shear in that beam. So similarly, what is the shear in column? So same 2 times what is the moment in that column divided by height of that column, height of that column. So this is shear in beams formula, and what is shear in columns? Columns formula, you know, 2 into moment divided by h. Here h is the height of the story and m is the moment in that column, 2. Okay, so you can easily calculate the what is the shear in that column, right? So similarly, using this relation, you can find what is the shear in beam, right? So you already know what is the moment in that beam. Just now you calculated in step 6, you calculated the what is the beam moment, and in step 5 you calculated what is the column moment. So you know column moment and beam moment. Using these relations, you can able to calculate the shear in beam and the shear in columns. Okay. Shear in beam and shear in columns you can calculate. Okay. So this is the problem. So after obtaining the beam moment and column moment, what you have to do? So usually you have to draw, right? So bending moment for beams and bending moment diagram for columns. So BMD for beams, BMD for beams you have to draw, right? So BMD for beams, already you know BMD for beams, and please remember the difference. Please identify the difference between previous method and this method. So what is the previous method assumption? First assumption what we made? Anybody?
Horizontal shears.
First assumption, ma. First assumption.
Contraflexion.
Yeah. So what is the first assumptions that we made? The point of contraflexure, we assumed that in the first two methods, the point of contraflexure occurs at the middle of every member, whether it may be beam or column. The point of contraflexure should occurs at center. Point of contraflexure should occurs at center, so that while drawing the bending moment diagram for beam, I always used to tell you that see the bending moment changes its sign. The diagram, bending moment diagram, changes its sign from positive to negative or negative to positive, and it should exactly pass through the center. Okay, so I always is to tell you, please draw this inclined line should cut the beam at center. This inclined line should cut the beam at center. But whereas in this problem, so that is not our assumption. We have not assumed that assumption. So you have the values. You have, beam moment, MAB you have. What is MAB? What is MAB, ma? 2.750. 2.750. And what is MBA? MBA is 2.57. 2.75, this is 2.57. So you can mark appropriately those values here. So this is 2.75 and this is 2.57. Okay, you can mark appropriate values and you can join these two. You can join these two. And remember that, so in this problem, while drawing the bending moment diagram for beams and for columns, it is not necessity to cut that inclined line at center. That is the important point. Okay, so based on the values that what you got, based on the values what you got, so you can draw these diagrams. Okay, so you need not point of contraflexure need not occur at the center. That is not our assumption. So in first two methods, we assumed that the point of contraflexure occurs at the center. That's why we have seen always the point of, while drawing this bending moment diagram and shear bending moment diagram for beams and columns, we always see that in first two methods, the point of contraflexure should occur at center, because that is our assumption. In this, it is not necessary to show the point of contraflexure is at center while drawing the bending moment diagram for beams and columns. Is it clear? Is this clear? So based on the values what you got, you have to draw this like this. Okay. Say for example, you know MEF value. What is MEF value? So 12 point. This is 12.548. MFE value 11.34. Okay, 12.54 somewhere 11 point something here. Okay, so you can draw like this. So this is the bending moment diagram for beams. Okay, next bending moment diagram for columns. While drawing, so just I am copying and pasting this now. So that's why these loads have come. While drawing bending moment and bending moment or shear force diagram, so you need not show the, so you have to draw free body diagram. In the free body diagram, no external loads. Okay, so you can remove external loads. You need not draw that. And the shear force diagram for column. So same. So this is the bending moment diagram for columns. Like that. This is the bending moment diagram for columns. See, one more important point. In the previous methods, I told you that I need not mention the value because the value at both the ends is same, the value. So to get the point of contraflexure at center, so these two values, you should have this value and this value same. This value and this value same. But here we are not getting the point of contraflexure at center, means AE value, EA value is different. So you have to mention the values what you got You have to mention those values in the bending moment diagram. Okay. So you have to write here. So what is BA value? BA value already you have written. And BC value. What is BC value? 3.383. So here 3.383. And what is CB value? CB value. So 3.021. 3.021. CD value 3.553. So 3.553, right? And 3 point DC 3.398. 3.398. Next EF value 11.3 12.548. So 12.548. 11.345. 11.345. FG 15.350. 15.350. GF 13.137. 137. 13.137. GH HG. GH is 15.842. So 15.842 and HG is 14.93. 14.93. Like this. (14.93). Like this, I have to mention the values here also. So this is the problem. Any doubt, please ask me. Sravanti, why you join now? Sravanti. Sravanti is there before?
No, sir, she's not.